We are Journals Network. Journals Out Loud is the name of the show. I am your lovely and captivating host, Louise Palanker, here with a panel of wise and wonderful teenagers.
I've been out there wandering. I've been in here.
We're going to talk about all kinds of great stuff that affects teens and that affects all humans here on Earth. We've got a panel of kids that are auditioning to be panelists. These are callbacks, so this is a very exciting show. You get to be part of the process. We want to know what you think of our panelists. So could you please introduce yourselves?
Hey, I'm Tara Bianco.
Hey, I'm Jabbar Lewis.
Hi, I'm Katie Michael Pullen.
And I'm Ben Nesbitt.
I'm Josh, hopefully.
And I'm Julie. Both here.
Hey, hello.
Hey, I'm Shenhua. Shenhua, I'm here.
And Peggy. Yay! So we're going to answer all kinds of questions, but before we do that, we have such interesting, talented young performers. So if there's anything that you're involved in and you'd like to share with our listening and viewing audience, would you like to do so? Raise your hand if you've got something that you like to bring to our attention. Go ahead, Ben.
I have a music video out on YouTube called Living Our Dream, and if you want to check that out, that'd be really cool.
I will do that.
Nice.
Let's subscribe. Katie Michael?
Doing some web series right now. Pretty good stuff in the works. So just follow me on Instagram, Katie Michael, with no E, Michal, and you can see all of that stuff.
Cool. And I have a YouTube channel, my own YouTube channel, but I'm also a host on the Empire After Show on the stream.tv that comes on every Thursday at 6 p.m. Pacific and 9 p.m. Eastern. So check that out.
So your podcast is about Empire?
Yes.
Okay, that sounds really cool.
Yes.
Tara?
My best friend and I actually just started a YouTube channel. So we're called A Little TNT. Both of our names are T. So giving you some dynamite.
All right, subscribe
But I'm
to
sure.
that, Shema.
This just came off.
That's okay.
Hey,
That's okay.
I am in a show, which is performing on this Sunday night at 8:30, and in Hollywood, North La Brea. I think 1523 North La Brea. It's called the Next Stage Theater, and it's kind of a mime performance adopted from the Pink Floyd album Dark Side of the Moon.
That's so cool.
That is
So
why
interesting.
you come to Hollywood, to be in exactly that show. That's so cool. All right, let's dive in and help some kids with some stuff. Tara, would you like to read the first question?
Yes, I would. So the first question is, how do I make the guy I love ask me out? We have a lot in common and we hang out a lot together. What should I do? I don't want to be friend zoned.
Thoughts?
Well, here's the thing. You got to just put yourself out there because you're going to go through life. I don't know how old you are, but you're probably, 14 to 18. You're going to go through a lot of people in your life. So you might as well just start now and be like, hey, I like you. We have fun together. We do all these same things. And, if he says no, then you got to, move on. But he's probably going to say yes because if you guys have a lot in common, then what's not to like?
Confidence is key in relationships.
You sound like her mom. Like, why wouldn't he like you? I'm serious.
Well, if you don't, okay. So friend zone is definitely a thing, but if you're a friend, you're that much more better to be a good relationship. I had a relationship with one of my best friends. We were best friends for 6 months. He had a girlfriend the entire time. Then things happened. That didn't work out. But then we ended up finding each other. So, the friend zone, I kind of don't think that's like an end-all, be-all. So hang in there and just ask him out. Just say, hey.
The friend zone is not a permanent location.
At
No,
all.
not at all. Unless you keep it that way, then, dude, come on. That's your
Right, Tara.
Yes.
Oh, I thought you had a thought about this.
Oh, no, I was just agreeing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's
I have to say, she said that really well.
She really
it's all
did.
about confidence, in all honesty.
and he may not be brave enough. So
That's the truth.
why not give him the information that he would need in order for the two of you to decide whether or not coupling is going to happen, Ben?
I was just wanting to make you, if you see you have a lot in common, then he's probably going to also see that you have a lot in common, and you need to remember that not only you're nervous, he might be nervous too. And it's a mix of both of you not wanting to be friend zone. If you're friend zone, then you're meant to be friends, or you're meant to have a relationship after. Trust me, from a guy's perspective, if there's a girl that you think is pretty, you have a lot in common, you also feel the nerves too.
Josh?
Yeah, I was just going to say, you say you don't want to be friend zoned, but at the end of the day, like I think that that's a great place to end up too, because you then
Don't
can
lose 'em.
all great relationships start with friendship. So if you're in the friend zone, you're building a friendship that could lead to more, like Katie Michael said. So it's like, yeah, it's a great place.
Plus, we live in a world where you have to make your own opportunities. I mean, YouTube, Vine, look at all these people. They said, I want to do this, so they did it. So you got to make your own opportunity. You cannot let something that you want just think that it's going to come. You got to put it out there, say, hey, and then trust.
Also, I want to point out, whenever someone says, how can I make a person something, and you can't make anyone anything. All you can do is present yourself or present your argument. Jabbar.
I totally agree with that. You can't make anyone become anything. You know, I say you be yourself, and if that person likes you, if they're attracted to you, you know they're attracted to you. Don't force anybody in your life doesn't want to be around you.
True.
Right. Very well said.
And also, I think it's a big thing to say, how do I make the guy I love ask me out? Because you're not going to, even if you both have a high interest in each other, you're not going to fall in love in the first 2 seconds your eyes meet. You have to build a relationship before you can really use that word. Otherwise, before friend zone, you might scare somebody off because
You're going to love a lot of people.
you gotta wait. You
So-
gotta wait to that zone to finally
Yeah.
use the word.
So, I mean, in terms of tips and tricks to get him to do the asking, you can really show him that you like him by asking him questions about the things that he finds interesting. And then, because guys really want, sometimes a lot of guys want a completely green light, right, Jilly?
Yeah, I mean, I think also girls are so quick to put it all on the guy.
Yeah.
Like, you need to, girls don't want to be, because it's hard, it's risky, and you don't want to be rejected. But I think that sometimes you have to risk things in order for good things to happen and put yourself out there and just, like, do it.
I mean, I know I had to ask out my boyfriend because we became good friends. So we started in the friendship zone, and he actually had a girlfriend when we first met too. And then we found a lot in common with each other. And then I just took the initiative and asked him out. And he's like, yeah, we've been strong for 3 years. So girl power.
Congrats.
That's all such really good advice, you guys. Thank you so much. Jabbar, would you like to read the next question?
Yeah, sure. I feel like such an idiot sometimes. I get extremely worried and embarrassed about little things to the point where it ruins my day or possibly week. I constantly feel people are judging me or disappointed in me. Some things that I'm constantly embarrassed about is I find it hard to perform simple tasks. My parents just think I'm stupid. For example, if I have to go unlock the front door for some guests, I have a mini panic attack to get the key in the right place. My mom was like, "What's your problem? You should be able to unlock the door. What should I do?" I'm 15.
That's rough. I think the first off, you need to stop calling yourself an idiot, because people perceive you as how you perceive yourself, 100%. So you got to just build up that confidence. And I totally understand little things for your parents if you're trying to really prove to them that you're not just some accident, I guess. You got to really it just starts with yourself. But those simple tasks, like just take a breather. It really is just opening up a door. You got it. It doesn't take much. You got it.
I think at first you need to, like she said, take a step back and do things that you can do in confidence to build you up a little bit more so you aren't doubting yourself. So take things one at a time. When you can do a certain thing like change the soap in the bathroom, start doing that every week and then continue on to grow and grow so then you feel more confident to do all these other tasks.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. I think, don't be so hard on yourself. My key to open my door is really difficult, so I have a hard time all the time. And sometimes it's so aggravating because you're really just trying to open the door. But, it's okay. They're just little things, and I completely agree. Do things to make your parents' lives easier that you can control to show them that you do care.
And something that I've heard before, a line that I kind of really resonate with is don't sweat the small stuff, because if you mess up on something small, no one is going to... If the key gets stuck in the door, the key gets stuck in the door. You can always use all your strength to pull it out or whatever means necessary. Just really don't worry about it, because it's not the end of the world if the key is stuck in the door.
Yeah, I mean, I think that also going off of, I don't remember which one said about what's going on in your head, but it's all in your head too, because you're not in the other person's head. So for when you said they just think I'm stupid, unless they physically have said that to you, they probably don't think that. They're just like, okay, well, you're not opening the door as quick as I would like. And I'm sure everyone's been in that position. Like for me, and like just an example, like not exactly a door, but the other day I was like trying to get ready to leave the house, and I turned on the water like for the shower, and I'm like, it's not getting hot. And I'm like, what is going on? So I went to the water heater and I turned it up, and I was like down there trying to see if it's lit, and I was like, it's lit. Why is it not hot water? So then I just let it sit there for a couple hours, went back, turned on the same nozzle, and then it's like, it was the cold water the whole time I was turning on. And like I never even turned on the hot water. And I've lived there for 6 months. And I was just like, I take a shower every day. Like what was going on in my head that day that I couldn't even like, I was like, why is the water not turning on?
That story is too cute, Jabbar.
Right. Just to clarify everyone's, things you just said, you are your biggest critic. No one is judging you're not in front of cast and directors. No one cares if you don't open the door fast enough. You are your biggest critic. Take a breather.
That's really good. Shema.
Well, I think that it looks like you need to talk to your parents. You said that you think your parents think you're stupid. I think most likely they don't think you're stupid. They're just being so concerned with you that they critique you too much because they want you to be perfect. I had the same problem. My mom, when I decided to pursue acting in America and stay and come over here, my mom told me that she said something really harsh. She said, well, I know that you're pretty cute, but you're not that pretty.
Oh
to be
my
an
God,
actress."
no.
Right. And I had really serious conversation with my mom. I was crying over the phone with her for 3 hours, and you know what? Now she's my biggest supporter. And she's completely 100% supporting me.
But can I just say before we go over here, the only reason a parent would say that is to try and like throw her body on top of you to protect you from getting hurt by the world. Like she thinks I would rather hurt her softly before the world crushes her.
A mama bear.
So so your mom does believe you're beautiful, but that was a protective, as much as it sounds really cruel, I think that's why a parent would say something like that. That's the only thing that makes sense to me, is that she was trying to protect you. Okay.
Thank you, Louise. It doesn't make me feel better.
For sure. That's rough. Here's another thing. You're only 15, so you have a lot of other things going in, like, that you gotta think about. School in general. When I was 15, I have dyslexia. I have ADD. So school was like the biggest, this just awful thing I had to deal with every day. Being 15, you're going through so much. Do I look cute? You're comparing yourself to people like Kylie Jenner. You know what I mean? Like, this book is too heavy. How do I walk myself home? It's raining. Like, oh my God. There's just so much other stuff to deal with. So you are 15, take it day by day, and you'll be fine. Like, I trust in you.
Tara?
She literally
She
got to
did.
what I wanted to say, so I was like, dang it. No,
So
kudos.
one
Good.
thing I want to add to the example of putting the key in the door, the other thing is that she knows there's someone on the other side of the door who's hearing and like, the jiggling. And so the pressure just mounts, and the harder, the more you're shaking, the less it's going to go in. So, and there's people that are like, what is wrong with this person? And you're probably like, hold on. So like little things like that can make us feel stupid. That is not that's no definition of intelligence at all.
I think it's not being stupid. I think you also have to kind of like laugh at those little things
Exactly.
that you do wrong. You're like, oh, gosh, I just can't get this key in the door. I just can't do it.
You have to
I'm
laugh.
just it's
You
not gonna
definitely
happen.
have to laugh about it. Like, and I just thought of a key example for myself too. The other day, I was trying to get in the same house. Actually, I've been living there for 6 months, and I have two keys. There's like the top lock and the bottom lock, and they both fit in each other. And I was like trying to figure it out for like 10 minutes, and there was somebody was there with me, and they wouldn't help me. But I finally got in, and I was like, oh, I just been using the wrong key for the last 10 minutes, and they were like,
It's the same key.
it's the same key.
Tara?
And it's also just a learning process for yourself, because I find myself forgetting how to do things even at my age. Like, I'm not 15, but still, you have to learn to just, like Katie Michael said, laugh at yourself and calm down, breathe. It's okay. You're 15. You have a long life to do a lot of mess ups and learn from them. So you just need to start relaxing a little bit. Everything will fall into place.
It will. We're going to move on to the next question. Ben, would you like to read it?
Okay. My ex.
He's got it.
My ex apparently likes me again, and I low-key want to get back together with him, but we go to different schools and barely talk. My friend also hates when I get back with my exes, so she'd be mad. I like guys at my school, but I have no chance with them, and this is also frustrating. Any help or tips?
You know, first of all, if you like him and he treats you well, get together with him. What's the problem? If your friend doesn't accept it, then talk to her. Tell her why you really want to be with that guy. Did anyone want to chime in really quick? That was my first
Why-
initial thought.
What I'm confused. He's your ex, but you have no chance with him, girl. You had that. You did the chance. Like you had that
No, I
chance,
think-
and so
I
you
know,
could
she had no
definitely get
chance.
another
have
chance.
a chance with the guys at school.
She
Oh, no other chance with the guys at school.
Which I think is the same thing. Like you're assuming a
No,
lot.
I don't believe that at all. Okay, I'm gonna listen to everybody else.
well, one of the key points is here is she says I low key want to get back with. I feel like she's someone that just does not want to be single.
You don't. So like you. I mean, low key, it's like you kind of don't want everybody to know, but you like you do.
I think
Oh.
you're.
I'm a
I
lucky.
think you're on it.
On the
I
low.
think she thinks that it's like I don't want to be single because she keeps saying that she doesn't have a chance with the guys. I think everyone has a chance with anyone. Like in all honesty, like you need to just put yourself out there. Like we were saying earlier, don't down yourself because did you really get like enough chances to talk to all these guys in your school? Did you go to every single one of them?
But did you notice that she always says my friend doesn't like it when I go back with my exes? So there's patterns here.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
the point that I wanted to touch
Okay,
on too.
go
Like,
ahead.
why are you keep getting back with exes? They end for a reason.
Thank you.
So there's people
Yeah.
there's people at your school that you're automatically counting out because you think that they're not gonna like you and you don't have a chance, and then you're getting back with people that you've like they lost the chance for you. I mean, maybe you lost it for yourself too, but most of the time, if you're breaking up, like there's a reason you're breaking up. So
But you've heard that saying, "Better the devil you know." So it's almost like she'd rather be with
you're 15,
someone she's
like,
already
find a
dated
be-
than
find a-
than be rejected by some newer guy. And sometimes to move forward, you have to walk forward, and the forward is the unknown. Ben,
And I think the way she has put I have no other chance really highlights the self-confidence issue. Because like me, I look older, but I'm only 14. And I feel like the girls at school I have no chances. But I think unless you actually put yourself out there and really seem to have a conversation with someone or get to know someone, because even the guy or the girl that you think is the most good-looking person in the whole school also has self-confidence issues. You don't know anyone until you're truly asked to get to know them yourself.
True that.
true.
I think the friend thing is definitely a big key factor because when you do get a boyfriend relationship in school, you kind of tend, what I've noticed when I was in high school, you kind of tend to like veer off from all your friends, and at the end of the day, the relationship might not last, but those friendships will. So if your friends are telling you that you shouldn't be doing something, you definitely should listen to them. And also, I just really got to point on the no other chance with anybody else in school. High school, you guys are all on the same level, okay? You might not believe it, but in the end of the day, you guys are all on the same level. Nobody's better than anybody else. I don't care how much money you have or where you live or what you're doing with your life, cheerleader, no cheerleader, football player, I don't care. You guys are all at the same level because you guys all have the same insecurities. So you guys all have a chance with each other.
Yeah.
Very good, very good.
And like she said, on the friend level, trust your friends. Talk to your friends. See why they say that you shouldn't be going back with your exes. Really have a relationship with them. If they're your best friends, they are going to stay with you for life, and they have your best interest, just like your parents. Like your parents have the best interest for you. Your friends are going to have the best interest for you, not who you date in high school and stuff. Like you really want to talk to those people and be with the ones that are there for you, and you know they're there for you.
And going back to what we were saying before, how maybe they don't want to be single. With the friend, maybe the friend is jealous because they don't want their friend to be dating someone and they're jealous that they're still single. So I have to think you have to take into contact and make sure you really know your friends and know what their true feelings are, know how, if the words that they're actually saying are the right words and words that are
No.
only in your best interest.
Yeah, like understand someone's motives.
Mhm.
You know, just the best way to understand someone's motives would be based on previous behaviors. Like,
Yeah.
have they been selfishly motivated, or have they had your best interests? Have they had your back, Julie?
Yeah, I mean, I think also though it's really important. Like if you've been in a lot of relationships and like you find yourself always going back to your exes because like you are happier in a relationship, like maybe you should be single for a while and like get to know yourself and make sure like you are good, especially at 15, before like jumping into something else or going back to something. Like give yourself some time.
Yeah, and get to know these boys that you think are unapproachable because they're going to be even more unapproachable if you're dating some kid at another school.
Right.
Yeah, you're 15 or you're young or you're in high school, and the thing is you have your whole life to date, and the boy thing should not be your main I know it's hard. I was there. I was that person that wanted a boyfriend, whatever, but it is not your end all be all. So if you don't have a boyfriend, don't stress it. Find something else to do, because it's just boys are mature, girls are mature at that age. You don't need it that much. You'll live.
Tara?
I'll just say I never really had a boyfriend in high school because they had one thing on their mind. And like, let's be honest here. They all have one thing on their mind. I didn't want to do that. So no one wanted to date me. So I always was crying and be like, I'm never going to have a boyfriend. I'm never going to do it. But once I'm out of high school, now I have the best relationship I've ever been in. So it's gonna turn around. You just have to wait it out. Like
I also feel like
sorry.
Oh, kills.
What happened?
I
No, we
said
were
must
just-
be
we looked
nice.
at each other and we're like, that's so sweet.
I
Girl,
know.
I cried so much
No.
in high school for not having a boyfriend.
Yeah.
But I just want to
Single.
say,
Single.
I just want to say that I feel like the boys who would not be expecting sex from you are too shy to ask you out.
Very true. Very true.
And so, which goes back to our first question: is if you like someone, tell him. Just say I like you, and because maybe he's just waiting.
Yeah.
The nice guys tend to hang back.
Yeah.
Okay, Josh, would you read the next question, please?
My mom won't let me stay home alone. I'm 15 in a few weeks. She is so overprotective. What's her problem? How can I convince her I am mature enough to stay home alone?
The question is, are you mature? It's like, no, your mom are you convinced that your mom thinks you are mature? No. Do you do chores around the house? Do you do your dishes? Do you do things to make your mom think that you're mature enough? But clearly she doesn't think that. So do more to, around the house.
You gotta show her.
When someone makes a statement like "What's her problem?" I don't know if they're mature.
It's your problem, bro.
Ben.
Well, I'm kind of in the exact same situation. I'm 15 in a few weeks also, and I also am never allowed home alone. I think it's less of a what's her problem, more like her problem is you. She's worried about you.
She's being your mom.
And I just think
Yes.
it's not that she's worried that you're immature. She's worried about if other people are immature and what could be happening while you're home alone and the type of people that could come round. And she knows she has more life experience than you and knows what can happen.
That's very wise for a 14-year-old.
Well, thinking
listen
back
up.
on it, yeah, I think I was around 14 when I first started high school, and that's when she kind of was letting me go because she didn't, it's not that she didn't trust me, she didn't trust everything else around me. That was the biggest thing for her. So it's not that I wasn't mature enough, it's she just didn't trust if people were going to come over, knock on the door, stuff like that. Like she was just really nervous for everything else.
What it really means is like when they leave you alone, they're just going to be in a mode of sheer panic for those 3 or 4 hours, and they would rather not be. Because it's uncomfortable for parents to be in that much fear for that long a period of time. So it's not that they don't trust you; it's just they don't really want to have to feel that level of anxiety. Jilly, did you have something?
Yeah, no, I would just say like maybe just have a mature conversation with your mom and say like, what can I do, to kind of like prove to you that I think that I'm ready. What are you concerned about? Just like kind of like have a conversation about it, because I think your mom would appreciate that.
That's great advice.
That is really great advice.
Really great
How can I
advice.
earn this privilege?
Yeah.
Yeah, Ben.
I think it's less the fact that she's not sure if you're ready. She's like not sure she's ready to
Right.
leave her child by themselves.
Yeah, exactly. Because you can say to her, "Look, I know if the doorbell rings, you do say my mom's in the shower." Like you let them know that someone's home, because burglars tend to enter homes if no one answers the door, but you don't let them know that you're home alone. Like there's little tricks to it. Jess.
Yeah, I would definitely say take all the advice you can from what's being said. Like I did the opposite. I was just like, I'm staying home, Mom. Bye. And then so she I got out of the car as she was leaving. She had to go somewhere. So I was like, I forced an outcome, and then it didn't go very well from there. So because like the rest of the time I was just like heads with my mom a lot. So it was more of, yeah, take the advice you're getting, and so you don't end up like me.
Don't be Josh.
No, I just kind of have a question for everybody here. Do you remember the first time you were home alone? The first time that you were left alone by your parents and your... How old were you guys?
I was 9 years old, and I was home alone. I was waiting for my dad to. No, that's not what happened. So I was 9 years old, and I was walking home, and I was waiting for my parents to come home. And I was thirsty. And so what I did was I climbed up on my counter, and then I was opening up the counter, and they were coming in the door, and I'm like spread eagle on the counter, like trying to hold it. And my parents are like, "Hey, Katie Michael, like, what you doing?" And I'm like, "I'm thirsty." And after that, they were like, "This girl's got it. She knows what she's doing. We don't need to worry about her." So yeah, 9 years old. I know what I'm doing. Okay.
Wait. Does that include at night?
No, I had a baby. No, yeah, I bit my babysitter once. So no,
wow.
I think it was like, I think it was like, no, that was like when I was 7 to 9.
Wow.
But during the day, no, I was chill because I would just walk home. It was just really close.
All right. So you were
Or
a
scooter.
latchkey kid. That's really young to leave a kid alone, I think.
Well, I just remember that the first time I was left home alone, I was 5 or 6, and then it was just a long time during elementary school. I remember getting off school, and then both of my parents aren't home because both of them worked.
Oh,
That's
well,
that word.
Sorry, wait.
yeah, we need to connect the mic to the mic cord.
Move the mic stand.
Yeah, move the mic stand maybe.
It
In-
doesn't go over. She needs to bend over.
Alright.
Technical
Hey, I'll
difficulty.
bend more. Hello. Hey, I'm bending. And yeah, what I'm gonna say is that I know that you probably think it's too much. Your parents is being super protective of you, but I'm a little bit jealous because I was left home alone for a long time and every day and in a really young age, and I came to study abroad in another country when I was 17. And I'm very jealous that you're 15 already and your parents are still so concerned of you.
That's a good point. It does show a level of love, concern, and I think the more mature that you behave, the more freedoms you'll be given, and that's kind of like what the panel has advised you. So let's move on to the next question, Jilly.
Okay. Should I kiss with my tongue? My boyfriend is an amazing kisser, and I feel like I can't measure up to that. What do I do?
Just ask him. Just be honest. That's my thing. That's what I would do. Just ask.
It kind of also depends on what kind of kiss. Are you guys like after a movie? Oh, good night. Or is it
Yeah.
like a little bit more intense? You kind of got to feel what the situation is. But if it's that time to do that kind of kiss, then like, yeah. But also, yeah, you gotta ask. And you should.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah.
what
Well, no,
I would want to
some
know.
people don't do
w-
tongue, and they just like decide they just don't like doing tongue. So that is
everybody
an
has
option.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody has
Yeah.
a preference.
Yeah, also just, you said he's an experienced kisser, so let him know that you're not. Sure, like in a relationship, that's the safest place to be. Like you share with each other, talk to each
Exactly.
other, be open about it, and then like she said, just if you want, ask him about the tongue. So
Yeah, in a lot of ways, kissing with tongue is more intimate than sex because it's your faces. So if you're ready, I think so much depends on your ages too. Like if you're 14, I would just say no, don't, not yet. Who wants to talk?
I was just. Shoot. Now you guys.
Oh,
never mind.
Shabar?
Oh. Okay. One, I don't like tongue kissing at all. I hate tongues. I don't like bacteria. I keep mine to myself. A tap kiss is cool. I don't want your tongue down my tongue. So that's just me.
And a lot of people feel that way, and that's
Yeah.
perfectly okay. But if you're saying he's an amazing kisser and you'd like to join him, you can ask him to help you learn. You kiss each other. You don't. It's a shared experience. It's
Yeah.
collaborative.
And like when I had my first kiss, I promise you it was like up until the fourth guy, I would not do tongue because I just didn't feel comfortable with myself. And then finally, like, I could do it. And then I had a guy who couldn't even do it. And so it's just like, you just have to talk to the person. And like, I mean, once you get more like comfortable with them, just like talk to them about it. But everyone has their preferences. So you may just be a person who doesn't like doing tongue and just let them know that.
Do you guys feel like there's too much pressure put on kissing, and if the kiss isn't fantastic, then
Yes.
then
Yes.
Yeah, but that's so overrated.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like, oh gosh.
So 2004.
Darn it. I mean, seriously, here's the thing. Here's what makes the kiss good. If you guys actually like each other,
Exactly.
it's not. It has nothing to do about technique, or if he has a beard or doesn't have a beard, or whatever. If he's too tall, too short, whatever. It literally has everything to do if you have that connection. That connection mentally will make the physical awesome.
Yeah.
agreed. So
Yeah.
don't put too much pressure on this. It's gonna be fine if you like each other. Next question.
Keep on going.
Scout Loves Oreos says, I can't stop eating. I might as well be bulimic at this point, so I can eat but not get fat. How do I control what I eat better?
I will say when I get bored, I just keep on eating and eating and eating, and it's really bad food too. So what I have to do is when I go grocery shopping, I go with my boyfriend and I tell him, please don't let me get anything bad so I don't have it in my house. And so that forces me to not eat all the junk food and start eating healthier. I mean, I still eat a lot of stuff, but at least it's healthy. And then you just have to know that there's some like scientific fact that if you're bored, you think you're hungry, but you have to try and get yourself out of that. So if you're bored watching TV, try and do something else, get your mind not wanting to be hungry and eat. That's the best advice I could give for that.
So here's the thing. When you wake up, the first thing you need to eat is nothing sugary. If you start off sugar, then you're going to keep going on it. And all that fake junk food, carbs, whatever, is not actually making you full. It's going to make your brain think that you're more hungry. And when you are hungry, 10 times out of 10, you're actually thirsty. So bring a bottle of water with you. In that water bottle, like, put stuff in it. I love bell peppers. That's my favorite thing. I'm going to do grapefruit next week. Like, that's the thing. If you taste something, then you kind of trick your brain. Just keep drinking water whenever you think you're hungry. Please don't be bulimic. That's so not cool. That's not, no. Just if you want to have a skinny, if you want to be skinny, like, go work out. You know, there's 100 ClassPass. Seriously, ClassPass is my lifesaver. I do ClassPass every day. It's my best thing in the world. And then just eat healthy.
ClassPass is great.
What's ClassPass?
ClassPass is this app. Okay, it's this app, and you can go to like every gym. And if you're on vacation, you can go to the gyms that they have posted on there. Speed Cycle, or no, what is it? Cycle House is like a big one, and Training Mate on Santa Monica is a big one. Literally, it's like $175. If you manage your money good, you can do it, and you get 3 classes a month at all these places. It's dope. You gotta try it.
Is this sponsored?
No,
it's just really good.
I just wanted to say same. I love food. Like, if everywhere I go, if they say food, I'm probably gonna go. But I think being bulimic is really and something that you really don't even have to consider. If you love eating food, then you love eating food. You just have to understand that the food that you eat means the consequences that you're going to have, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't mean you should throw up after you've eaten it. It means that you should do exercise. If you want to eat, go to McDonald's and have a burger and have some fries. Then give yourself half an hour. Just walk home from McDonald's. It just make sure you keep everything in order and make sure you're eating right.
And I don't know if you guys know this, but for being fit and everything, it's 80% what you eat and 20% exercise. So that's the biggest thing. It's just, if you want to eat, go ahead. Keep eating as much as you want, but make sure it's healthy. As long as it's healthy, you can eat as much as you want, in all honesty.
With me personally, when I'm like home alone or just watching TV and I'm not doing anything that day, I start to eat whatever's in my kitchen. And like you said, that's a big part of going to the grocery store and, finding stuff that's not bad for you. But I stay active. Like, if I start doing that, I now tend to go to the gym. So, I mean, even if you don't go to the gym, get active. Go outside, take a walk with your dog, something.
Exactly.
I don't know.
Walk your dog.
I mean, shoot, that's what I was gonna say. You know, if you're gonna eat something bad, just like do something. Yeah, you said it.
Well, also, I mean, we didn't really touch on this part, but it's probably in high school, so your hormones and you're growing and everything. So you're gonna be eating a lot more than you probably will be in a couple years
Yeah.
right now, just because your body needs that. Like, so there's a constant hunger. Like for me, like everyone else has said, I eat constantly. I wake up in the morning. I probably don't eat for the first couple hours, but then it's just every second I get, which is why Invisalign's really it's hurting me.
He's got
Like-
Invisalign on
Like
his
so,
teeth.
it's like I can't eat anymore, but it's really great way to know. Also, like the water thing, I do the water.
Almonds.
That's what I do in the morning. When you wake up, drink a glass of cold water, and it like jumpstarts your metabolism, and your body actually starts burning calories for those several hours before you actually eat. So
And
Well-
I think
Yeah, go ahead, Ben.
what you were saying before, I think everyone has a different perception of healthy, and I think before you go all of a sudden dieting and stop eating all your junk food, maybe you don't even eat junk food, I think you need to know a clear definition of what healthy is. It doesn't mean going and having a salad every time that you're hungry. It means having a balanced diet. If you want to have McDonald's once a week, have it once a week, or if you want to eat a fry or whatever, you're not going to go to prison when you're on a diet if you have some fries. It's okay. You just need to make sure you understand what healthy is and you get a good amount of everything that you need.
So this question for me sort of personifies taking the easy way or doing the hard thing. And so when it comes to eating, a lot of people will say, well, I'm either going to not eat anything, which is anorexia, or I'm going to eat everything and then throw up, which is bulimia. And the first thing that she mentioned as being a possible solution was the easy thing. That's what I want everyone to understand, is that shortcuts don't make you happy. What makes you happy is doing what's hard. And ultimately, you're going to feel so good about yourself if you're able to eat healthy foods and exercise more rather than taking some sort of shortcut or taking drugs or smoking cigarettes to speed up your metabolism. These are not things that are going to make you happy long term. And so think about long-term happiness. Think about what's the pathway to kind of constructing healthy lifestyle choices that will make you the weight that you enjoy being.
Just real quick, quack. If you're about to like order something and you're like, man, I shouldn't order this. This is gonna make me feel bad about myself later. Then just don't order it.
Yeah, I always think about like, well, mealtime is about 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So if I can go 20 minutes without eating this cheesecake, the rest of the night I'm going to be like, hey, didn't eat cheesecake.
And then you're
winning.
Like, gold star.
That long-term thing that you were talking about is
Yeah.
like, I think that applies to like everything in
Everything, yes,
life.
yes.
Like
Yeah.
when you, instead of, no offense to anybody who has implants and plastic surgery, but if you are, obese and you want to get surgery to get rid of that, or the gut that you have, or you want to get a new butt, when you work hard for that in the gym, you like, I worked hard for this. There's no fake butt behind here. Or even if you, say you gained a few million subscribers on YouTube or something, but you didn't get any help from any other YouTubers or anything, you're proud of what you did, all the work you put in through your content. And I think it's just, you always are happier when you put in work to get something.
Yeah, I like to
Always.
say the hard thing is often the right thing.
Yes.
Yep.
And go ahead, Ben.
And just, I don't think you should ever feel validated on your self-image. It's really more important, most cliche line of what's inside, but you shouldn't validate yourself on your weight, on the amount of healthy food that you eat. It's really just the person inside, not the amount of fat or the amount of muscle tone you have on the outside.
That's an excellent point. And getting back to what Jabbar was saying, I think what he's saying is something that I just firmly believe, is that what makes us ultimately happy is earning something.
Mm-hmm.
And you can only earn something by putting some work into it. And so when he was talking about making the best content possible and knowing that if he has more followers, it's because he worked hard on his content. And so if it's your body or your lifestyle, I guess if you go and have someone put something into you surgically, that's kind of a shortcut, even though we're not passing judgment on it if those are the choices that you make. But if you go to the gym, or if you decide to walk home after you have some French fries at McDonald's, then you're just like, oh, I feel healthier and I earned it. Or if you walk up a mountain, look at a beautiful view and you're just like, I earned this view, and it just feels good. So those are the things that I think feel good long term.
Like the great Fifth Harmony has said, you got to put in work.
And I say as often as we can quote Fifth Harmony, we should.
Like we definitely should every day.
Those are some lifestyle choices that I think we can all make.
That's my girl.
I'll read this one. I have to read this
Okay,
one.
please.
Okay.
Tay Tay girl.
Yes.
You.
I love
She
that
says,
you said it.
"I'm crushing on this boy, but he's dating someone. What should I do? I'm confused. Don't go after this person. I hate a homewrecker. I say though, my whole motto is, you're gonna lose him how you get him. So if you got him through somebody cheating, you're gonna lose him because he's cheating on you now.
I like
Exactly.
that.
That's my motto.
This is the truth.
It's like that's like
100%
karma.
agree.
That's-
Anyway,
yeah.
it's like karma, right?
Yes.
That's kind of. Here's the thing: if they break up, then you got your chance. If they don't break up, then that's not the person for you because they're the persons for each other. So you got to take a step back and find somebody else.
If
you
it's
know?
meant to be, it will be.
And if you're confused because he's reaching out to you, get out. Like
Run.
Yeah.
run. Tell the girl.
I don't know. If you
Maybe
tell
not
her-
tell the girl if he's reaching out to you. Maybe wait. Don't take that advice. Wait, I retract that. But you just step back. They can figure that out. But yeah, if you're confused because he's reaching out to you, then that's not the man.
I think what she's like trying to say is you don't want to get into a toxic relationship from something that's already been toxic. She's not necessarily saying that you need to tell them. She's saying you need to protect yourself before you're worried about having a boyfriend or worried about having a girlfriend or anything. It's not that important at the age of 15 or however old you are.
Can give you like a false sense of power or attractiveness to get someone who is in a relationship to flirt with you. That's not the kind of attention that you need or that you should be seeking. Josh.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's wrong that you're crushing. However, if you act on it, that's a whole. That's
Right.
more of what we've been talking about.
Feelings and actions are two
And
separate.
also, how you can stop yourself from thinking about acting on it is picture yourself in a relationship. If another girl were to say to your boyfriend, "Oh, I have a crush on you," like, just put yourself in her shoes and see if you'd like it.
Mm-hmm.
True that.
Yeah.
I mean, I love Johnny Depp. I'm crushing on Johnny Depp every day,
Hard.
but
Yeah.
like I'm not about to like text him and be like, "Hey, you want to like get no."
Oh, I already did that this
If you
morning.
can get his number, that would be amazing, though.
No, I think celebrity crushes are. We all have like a free pass for that, up to a point of like before his bushes, right?
Like,
Julie-
if,
Ring ring.
Oh, go ahead.
if you do have this really tough feelings, I have one piece of advice. Just look around, look for someone else. Distract yourself from the crush you're having. A crush is crush. It comes, it goes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Sure that.
True that. All right. Yes. Next question, Tara. What have you got?
Sure. I've been feeling confused lately. So when I was a little girl, I always wanted to dress in boy clothes and I liked boy toys. Now I realize that maybe all of that was due to the fact that I'm gay. But I read an article recently about transgender people and their experiences with childhood, and it kind of scared me because I could relate to some things. It's not that I'm afraid to be transgender. It's just that I never really thought about it. But I'm not uncomfortable with my body. I don't feel like a man. I still am tomboyish, but I can't say I would prefer to be in a male body or act like a male, even though I distinctly remember whispering to my sister when I was a little girl, I wish I were a boy. My question is, does that mean something? Does it sound like I am transgender? Is it common for some lesbians to go through this when they were little? So I can't relate to this. But for me, I don't think you need to base your opinions on what you read in articles. If you feel comfortable with yourself, you do that. Because quick little tiny story. There was this girl in high school who was exactly like you, and she was a lesbian. I almost wanted to turn lesbian for her because she was like, she acted like a boy. She kind of dressed like it a little bit, but she had this charm towards her. And I'm not gay, but she was just so attracted because she was so confident in her body. And so it's just like, if you're confident and you don't want to be trans, don't be trans. Be excited on who you are. Be gay, be tomboyish, because honey, people will love that.
Yeah, going off of that, I think the biggest advice that I've been giving, like, for my whole time on being on the show is just don't worry on the label, just be yourself. Like, and really, like, maybe you are transgender, but does it really matter? Like, that's just a word. I mean, like, you say that you're gay, but at the same time, like, one day you might be straight. Like, who knows? It's just be yourself and don't focus on the labels.
And I think there's been with Caitlyn Jenner and more and more people coming out as trans, especially influential people. I think maybe some people are getting confused or not really understanding truly what it means to be these such big labels that people put on themselves. And if it's really something that you feel is right and something that you feel is true to you, you should take a step back and really watch, is this the right decision you want to make? But if not, it's just a feeling, and whatever feelings may come and go, maybe it will stick. It's okay to have different feelings every single day.
Mm-hmm.
All my life in high school, and middle school, up into high school, I had this little squeaky voice before I got a voice, and people used to call me all types of names, gay, blah blah blah. I won best dressed in high school and middle school, and doing that put a label on me, saying, "Oh, you dress like feminine, or you're gay or something because of the way I dress." And I didn't care. I loved the way I was. The compliments to me were so much more than people saying you're gay. Like, I love dressing up. I love, putting on something nice before people's actions or comments towards me. So that
Do you
really
guys
bothered me.
feel like, because when I was a kid, there was like maybe 3 boxes: gay, straight, tomboy. Okay, pick one. And now there's so many boxes. Do you think maybe that's confusing for kids, feeling like, oh, what if I haven't checked the correct box? Katie.
I think it's extremely confusing because, like everyone has already said, like, your feelings change every day. I mean, low key, there was totally a part of my life when I was like, am I lesbian? I was in Las Vegas like a couple for EDC, and I'm like looking at my best friend, and I'm like, damn, she's hot. You know what I mean? But it's like experience in college or whatever, but there is so many boxes, and I think you really do got to look in yourself and figure out what you want. But I think that's a very personal thing, and I don't think you should let the outside world influence you in any way, because that it is a big change. If you want to go from a girl to a guy to a girl, that's a big change. So yeah, I think it's a very personal thing, look inside.
I think there's just so many boxes in life, on not just like, am I trans, am I gay, am I straight, am I Republican, am I Democrat, do I like this, do I like that, do I like Michael Kors, do I like Target? There's so many different boxes that confuse people. You just need to do what you think is best for you. Don't worry about, am I checking the right box? What should I identify myself as? Just be who you want to be, whatever it is.
You can't put me in a box. I always say that.
Yeah, because like at the end of the day, you're the only one who lives with you 100% of the time. So
You can't paint baby into a corner either. That's a true fact.
I think there are 2 situations that we like to turn against ourselves. One is when what's inside us doesn't fit in what's outside, like the social boxes that they want to put us in.
Mm-hmm.
Another situation is when we're facing changes, when we're not who we used to be. But I think a lot of things are complicated. Life is complicated. It's just human condition, and things, especially like human sexuality, it's so fluid. And don't put yourself in the box outside, but also don't box yourself inside.
Knowledge.
Wow.
That was deep. That was deep.
Look at me. Like right now, I dress really girly, but when I was 10-ish, I was a total tomboy.
Right. But I want to say this. There is more freedom in terms of who you love and how you dress. Therefore, if you don't feel a desperate need to have hormones or surgery, then don't.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can dress like a boy and cut your hair like a boy and you're fine. But if you don't need the surgery and the hormones, then don't have them, because there are people who know, and they really, really know that they need it. And so it sounds like you've kind of figured it out. Even in your letter, you're just like, I think you're good.
You just needed to talk it out.
Yeah, you just needed to talk it out. Did you want to read the next question, Katie Mike?
Yeah, well, this one by Queen's Ashley. Yeah, it's the second one now. How do I explain to my boyfriend that I want to break up with him, but I don't want to hurt his feelings? So here's the thing. I was in a 2-year relationship, like my last high school senior year, and moving to LA. And when I moved here, I realized that it was not going to work out. And no, you don't want to hurt his feelings, but at the end of the day, it's about you. So you really just have to look him in the face, be completely honest, or like Skype, whatever, if you guys are close, and just tell him what you're feeling. And if he, is a person like that has feelings, then he'll understand and move on.
Well, yeah, and besides understanding, like, whether you like it or not, he's going to get hurt.
Yeah.
Like, it's just the end of a relationship. There's always a grieving process. There's always having to deal with the loss of whatever it was between the two of you, if it meant something in the first place. So, like, trying to explain to him why it doesn't matter why. Like, you just know it's over, and just be upfront and honest.
It's about you.
The only person that you don't break up with is a person you marry. And you shouldn't just marry someone because it's the polite thing to do.
Yeah.
So you do get to break up with people, and it will hurt him. That's just part of life. There's no real shortcuts, Jilly.
Yeah, no, breaking up with somebody is very hard. It's not fun. And I think Josh is right. Like, you will hurt that other person. That's just part of the conversation. But it's important to have for yourself and for him. And, you just have to be honest. Do you want to?
Well, I just want to say something really nice.
Mm-hmm.
You're such a nice person, such a loving person, that you're so concerned with hurting other people's feelings. And for me, that is a show of love. And maybe that's not the kind of love that your ex want from you, but it doesn't mean, it means that you're a really good friend to him.
Aw, that's so well said.
That was very well said. With me personally, I can't break up with my girlfriend if I had one. Like, I can't.
I thought you were just going to leave it at that. Be like,
I
guys.
couldn't break up with my girlfriend. What I would do, don't take this advice, but what I would do personally if I ever had to break up with my girlfriend is distance myself. That's what I would do personally.
So many
would
guys
end
do
up
that. I
breaking
call
up
that the
with you.
fadeaway.
That's the fadeaway.
Yeah.
And
No,
it's
I think
not
that's
good.
not a
Not
good
good.
idea.
Not
I
good.
would say don't do that.
Don't
do that.
That's
Don't do
just
that.
going to be harder for everyone.
The
you know?
truth
See,
is
that's
the best
a good
thing.
way of
Yeah.
you saying,
No, you're
I'm
guilty.
not
is the
ready for a
best
relationship.
policy.
If you're not ready to break up with someone, then you're not ready to date someone.
Mm.
This is the truth.
You just
yeah.
need to be as truthful as possible. The truth hurts, but it's the best thing to do at the end of the day.
It's going to make you happy, and you have to be happy. If you're not happy in a relationship, you got to cut it. You need to cut it.
Jilly, which one is the question about the very specific taste in women? Jilly,
Oh,
would you
wow.
please read this one? Because it's,
Sure.
I think, the best question we've ever received.
Ever?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay. I have weird taste in women. Here's my ideal woman. She has no hair. She wears hats. She has tattoos that represent her interests. She's organic, no makeup. She dresses for comfort. She smokes. She loves to hike and enjoys nature. She prefers nuts and raisins to junk food. She's rarely in a bad mood. That's my favorite one, by the way. She loves animals. She's mysterious. I haven't met her yet, but I love her so much. Is this asking too much?
Yes.
And her name is Yoko Ono, and you cannot have her.
Yes.
Perfect Dark Kick rocks. You might as well build this person in a lab
Right.
and just clone him or something. You're not going to get all of these things. You need to reevaluate yourself.
I feel like they knew this person in a past life.
Yeah.
I think I think you're kind of obsessed with the Instagram hipster. I don't think you're basing this on a real person. Because I see all these pictures and I see all these older people and these people, oh my God, she's so hot, she's so pretty, I want to date her. And then you look around and you see, oh, these people don't look like that. But you have to kind of understand that this is unrealistic and this is someone that you may not ever meet, and you have to understand that life isn't waiting for the person you want to meet. It's about people that are there available.
You
now.
can get someone remotely close and then shave her head. You're good.
Kid, don't do that.
Yeah,
But
no.
I think that for what you're looking for, I mean, is it possible? Yes. Will you be probably old and shriveled yourself before you figure out all of this? Probably. If you're looking for everything, you're gonna have to compromise. And you might not get the raisins and nuts, and
Yeah.
you might not get the hikes or the nature. Who knows? But
You should also go
Most-
for the non-smoker.
yeah, you'll probably
Unless
most likely
well,
get
maybe it's
the
like
hair.
a herbal smoke.
She's a vapor.
I think. Do you even vape, bro? Yeah, you know that line in Drake, like I got high as your expectations. That is for sure happening right now. So you're lower a little bit. Like don't like compromise like totally, but that's very specific
Really
things,
is.
dude.
Too specific.
Wow, Bumble.
I think you're almost putting yourself in a box to not find the right person, because I know I had a certain type that I liked in high school. My boyfriend now, definitely not what I thought I was going to be with, but it's the best thing I've honestly found. So it's just like, if you put so many expectations on something, you might be missing out on something so much better that you didn't even know you could have. So just like, yeah, have those expectations in the back. That's good. That's fine. But keep looking. It's okay to look.
Yeah, and talk to people that don't fit this description at all. Because you
Exactly,
never
yes.
know. Your heart is kind of like a really interesting muscle. It can be drawn to the right thing when the right thing presents itself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think focus on the personality too. I think that's really important. And just be open. I completely agree.
Yeah.
One last thing I gotta say is the moment that you stop looking for something, what you want's gonna show up. So literally focus on something else. Don't even look for this person. And then you're gonna go to Target or Ralph's one day, or no, it's probably Erewhon. You shop at Erewhon probably. You're gonna be in Erewhon in the super
Definitely
organic
at
section, and you're gonna be like, "Oh hey, call me." It's gonna happen.
And I think since you're looking for such a specific person, maybe these type of things are things you want to adapt to your life yourself. But maybe if you are a smoker right now, you're looking for someone that inspires you not to smoke, or you don't like fruits and nuts. I think you need to, maybe if you want someone like this, and make yourself compatible to a person like that.
Yeah, it's all about who you
That's an
surround
interesting
yourself
thought.
with. That's good.
Chima?
Why? I don't know if you're ready for dating another person.
Sorry.
You're definitely ready for fantasy though. And fantasy itself can be a really good thing. I think you have a very specific image that you draw up for yourself. You have good imagination, and just I say have fun with it. But just don't put expectations on another person. When people around you doesn't fulfill your imagination, don't get upset. I like the idea of owning a fantasy. I was my ideal boyfriend when I was 15ish was Humphrey Bogart.
Also a smoker.
Also a smoker.
Yeah.
But now I never date smokers.
I feel like you could make a sim. You could make this in a sim.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, it
you
should
guys
be
could
awesome.
live happily ever
Right?
after.
With all your fruits and
It's a
nuts
little
you want.
diamond, right? It's
Who
like
want-
a little diamond.
Yes, yes. She needs some social. Do you want to read the question, Ben, about the girl who's gonna do something dangerous and we can stop her?
Is this the one that
It says,
starts
Wheezy,
with-
I have a big problem.
Wheezy.
Talking to like Lil Wayne.
I have a big problem. To me it is anyway. My favourite singer is coming to my city, and who knows when he'll come back. My parents will never let me go, trust me. We can officially rule out trying to convince them. I obviously don't have tickets and he's sold out by now. 2 days till concert. But he comes out and meets us to gather outside after it ends. So I need to sneak out. Only problem is I live on the second floor and the garage in the basement is loud, and the regular door is kind of loud too. My parents' bedroom and mine are right next to each other, and I don't even have a window, just two big ones on my patio door because I have a patio. This seems impossible, but I'm really desperate. Help.
Okay, first of all, do you notice that she's not asking, should I sneak out? She's asking
She's
for
telling us.
specific
Ow.
instructions. Like, I
Like
have
we
the
know her.
blueprints to her house, and I can tell her how
Are
this
you-
can be.
You're breaking
Josh.
away.
Yeah, well, I mean, we got to think this through, too, because you said the tickets are sold out. So even if you get out, what are you going to do? Like,
No, she
break-
wants to wait by the stage door. That's what she wants
Yeah,
to do.
because
No,
the
that's
guy
you-
comes out
Yeah, because you're
afterwards, or
gonna.
the
That's not
artist.
gonna
First
work
of all,
out well
how
for
old
you
are
either.
you?
The bodyguard. The bodyguard's not gonna let you get anywhere near.
She says he
there.
comes
You're
out
just-
and meets fans, so that's what she's determined to do. And
I doubt it, because I mean, if
I mean,
this,
yeah.
most
This-
artists don't do that unless you have tickets to do that too. So, but at the end of the day, like, don't sneak out because you're gonna get caught. Like, especially with all these noises you said go on, like, this is just not gonna end well for you. And then you won't be able to go to a concert even if your parents were willing to take you, and since you never even asked them in the first place.
But you know that feeling of desperation when your favorite artist is coming to town and you're not going to be able to see him? Like, I can totally feel what that feels like, Tara.
I mean, I always wanted to see the Backstreet Boys, but they
Right.
weren't even touring when I was in love with them. But now I finally can. Like 11 years later, I'm finally going to Vegas and seeing them. So it'll come out in the end. But you're gonna get in trouble. You're gonna get in really big trouble for sneaking out. Like, I know so many of my friends that did, and it's not good. And then your parents are never going to trust you, and then trying to regain their trust. That's the hardest thing to do when you're a teenager, because you're still gonna want to go to this party and go to that party. And so the worst thing to do is disobey their trust, especially when it's sold out. You're not gonna see them. You're not. It's not gonna happen. I'm sorry, but it's not. So stay good. Don't go out. Keep on your parents' good side, and one day it will be, and you will see Wheezy, Lil Wayne. Is that what we're talking about? I'm thinking.
No, that was what
They're just Wheezy.
Wheezy is me.
Okay.
That's me.
Oh.
It was a letter that came to me.
We were all like, that's Lil Wayne.
That's Lil Wayne.
That was a letter
Okay,
that she wrote to me.
whoever it is, you're going to see them one day. It's
Yeah.
going to happen. If I had to wait like 11, 12, 13 years to see mine, you're going to see
So you
theirs.
saw the Backstreet Boys.
Well, I'm going to in March, and I'm so excited.
Okay,
I
so we
cry.
need to hear all about that.
Okay.
Yes. Who else had a thought? Ben?
I also think like it depends who the artist is also, because my friends, they all went to just see a Justin Bieber concert, and they said even in the middle of that concert he ran out of the stage and had a tantrum apparently. And I
I
think
heard about that.
I heard about that.
I think
Ew, JB, what?
if it is Justin,
What, JB? What?
if it is Justin Bieber that you're talking about, then you have to remember that if he doesn't even seem to have the time for fans that paid for his tickets, maybe he won't have time to come and see you. I'm not trying to burn you or anything, Justin Bieber.
Sorry,
But
Bieber.
I'm saying, whatever it is, maybe it's Adele, wait, no, it's a man. Any other male artist, I think, if you've not got your tickets, then maybe next time.
There's
still
not
have
just
Bieber
there's
fever,
not
though.
just
Not a good
one opportunity to see him.
Never.
Like, you will see him.
I doubt
My
he's just going to go
favorite
away.
group, never saw them as a child, grew up and made a documentary about them. Anything in life is possible. Jabbar.
I found an alternative for this. If one of your friends are going to the concert, you know someone that's there. How about when they come out that stage door, you say, "Can you make sure he says like, hi, what's your name, Ashley, or somebody, whatever your name is. Say, hey, Ashley, I'm sorry you couldn't make it here, but we're thinking about you." That's it. That's satisfying. Find an
Electronic
alternative.
communication.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, well, I mean, some artists do the meet and greet thing, and then
Mm-hmm.
but there was no mention of that in the question, so I have no idea. And but at the end of the day, like she was, like Tara was talking about, like if you are gonna have any chance of going to parties or doing anything else in high school, like would you rather go meet an artist who frankly probably doesn't care to meet you, just nicely putting it,
Let's be real.
and then you not be able to go to parties for the rest of your high school life? That's not gonna be fun.
Well,
at
they
all.
would want to meet you if they knew you, but they don't know you, and they
Yeah.
could know
Yeah.
you later on when you're a grown up and you meet them under different circumstances. But protect your relationship with your parents and don't try and sneak out of the house.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think part of the reason why you want to do this so bad is that you so want to rebel against your parents. And I totally understand that because I have experience. I would just do things like jumping out of the window. And
Oh.
when I was a kid, I do that on purpose, not because I just really desperately need to go outside and do something. It's because I need to upset my parents. I need to tell them that, no, you can't lock me in. You just can't. So
don't do it.
You can't back
I'm
baby into a
with
corner.
you, but the key, the route to solve the problem is to fix relationship with your parents, to talk to them, let them know that you have your own thoughts and desires and what you want, and to let them give you space.
All right, and with those words, we're going to say goodbye, good night. Thank you for being with us. Thank you, panel. You've been amazing.
you,
Give yourselves
guys.
a round of
Thank you.
applause.
Thank you
We
for
are
letting us
Journals Out Loud, and we will see you
Yeah.
next
Thank
week.
you.